Hey there and welcome to Scandal Steep. Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, was renowned not only for her extraordinary musical talent but also for her strong sense of self-respect and unyielding personality. She firmly believed in standing her ground, especially when it came to her worth and the way she was treated by others, be it in the music industry or in the media. Throughout her life, Franklin was a force to be reckoned with, fiercely guarding her dignity and fiercely resisting anyone who tried to undermine her. Her no-nonsense attitude often left interviewers, and even fellow artists, in awe of her ability to navigate the spotlight with grace and unshakable confidence. One of the most memorable moments in Franklin's career came during an interview on The View, a show known for its often blunt and probing questions. Franklin, being the epitome of composure, didn't let the questions, some of which could be considered body-shaming, rattle her. When the hosts pointed out her slender physique, Franklin responded with characteristic coolness, "I'm still skinny," shutting down the insinuation without a hint of anger or frustration. Her response was dignified, leaving the interviewer, Barbara Walters, to awkwardly change the subject and compliment Franklin's dress. Franklin's elegance and poise in such moments were unmatched. She had a way of disarming people with her calm confidence, always staying true to herself and never succumbing to the pressure of public opinion. Franklin's career was also marked by her refusal to be taken advantage of financially. She made it a point to always be paid in cash up front, ensuring that she wouldn't face the same financial exploitation that many of her contemporaries had endured. Her meticulous approach to business was rooted in the lessons she learned growing up and witnessing other great musicians, such as Ray Charles and B.B. King, being taken advantage of. She was determined that she would never be in that position. In fact, before each performance, Franklin would ensure her payment was secured. She even had small stacks of cash kept nearby her makeup mirror, which went straight into her handbag. If the payment wasn't received, she wouldn't take the stage. Her sense of self-worth went far beyond her finances. It extended to how she carried herself in the public eye. She demanded respect and wouldn't allow anyone to discredit her. Tavis Smiley, a close friend and television host, remarked that Franklin always had a keen sense of when people were trying to harm her, and she wouldn't tolerate it. Whether it was in her music or her interactions with others, she was steadfast in her belief that women, especially black women, deserved to be seen as powerful, not only tender. Franklin broke barriers with this belief, shattering the stereotypes that often surrounded women in the entertainment industry. One of the most significant aspects of Franklin's legacy was how she dealt with the media. She knew how to handle tough interviews with ease, often leaving interviewers uncomfortable without ever raising her voice. She would respond to questions with such simplicity and grace that those attempting to push her buttons would often find themselves looking foolish. There was a famous interview where Franklin was asked about the tension between her and Celine Dion, and she dismissed the topic with a calm, "We had a good time." Yes, really. Her unbothered attitude in the face of media drama only made her more formidable. When asked about other female artists, Franklin never hesitated to show respect when it was due. However, she was also known for her subtle shade. Her response to Taylor Swift was legendary. When asked about the pop singer, Franklin simply said, "Great gowns, beautiful gowns." It wasn't a critique of Swift's voice or talent, but rather a pointed observation on her appearance. Taylor Swift wasn't the only one to receive this kind of response. When Nicki Minaj's name came up in another interview, Franklin, without skipping a beat, said, "I'm going to pass," leaving no room for further discussion. She didn't need to explain herself or engage in drama. Her words or lack thereof spoke volumes. Franklin also made it clear that she had no interest in participating in talent shows like American Idol, questioning the qualifications of many of its judges. At one point, she was asked about Mariah Carey's reported $18 million payday for joining the show's panel. Franklin, ever the skeptic, didn't take the number at face value. "Do you know that? Do you know that?" she quizzed, challenging the source's validity. Even when the interviewer tried to justify the claim, Franklin had no problem calling it out. Her sharp wit and skepticism made it clear she wasn't easily impressed by industry gossip. One of the more iconic interviews Franklin did was with Oprah Winfrey, where she gave her famous "Take Caution, and Don't Touch My Top" remark after Diana Ross's infamous VMA performance in 1999. Ross had touched Lil' Kim inappropriately on stage, which Franklin was quick to call out, making it clear that no one, least of all Oprah, would get away with crossing her boundaries. Franklin was also known for her candidness when discussing her career and her travels. She once joked with an interviewer about her bad travel habits not affecting her career, stating that she had been everywhere except across the ocean. It was Franklin's ability to maintain control of her image, her narrative, and her boundaries that made her so legendary. In another interview with Wendy Williams, Franklin didn't hold back. Williams had questioned Halle Berry's qualifications to play her in a biopic, to which Franklin responded that Berry was my first choice, but not my only choice. The interview also featured an exchange about Queen Latifah potentially playing Franklin in the same biopic, with Franklin delivering a blunt, "Queen Latifah don't know." The moments of dry humor, coupled with Franklin's no-nonsense attitude, kept Williams and the audience on their toes. Perhaps one of the most memorable and pointed moments in Franklin's career came when columnist Liz Smith criticized her choice of clothing, suggesting that it wasn't appropriate for her body type. In a scathing letter, Franklin put Smith in her place, questioning her authority on fashion and reminding her that Smith was neither a star nor an authority on what made someone a diva. The letter was a masterclass in graceful retaliation, showing that Franklin wasn't afraid to stand up for herself, even in the face of criticism. Throughout her life, Franklin was often labeled as difficult, moody, or overly private, typical stereotypes placed on women who refused to conform to others' expectations. But this judgment was never a reflection of who she was. Instead, it was a testament to her unwavering commitment to staying true to herself. She was never in the business of entertaining drama. She simply had no time for it. Her confidence, both on and off stage, often left others scrambling to keep up. In addition to her musical achievements, Franklin's involvement in the civil rights movement further solidified her place as a cultural icon. She worked closely with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Angela Davis, using her platform to advocate for social justice and equality. Her support for the Black liberation movement and other radical causes made her a target for the FBI, which monitored her every move for over 40 years. The FBI's surveillance documents, now declassified, show just how much fear Franklin instilled in those who sought to control her. Despite the constant threat of intimidation, Franklin never backed down. Aretha Franklin wasn't just a diva, she was a revolutionary in every sense of the word. Her confidence, unwavering sense of self-respect, and sharp wit made her a true icon. She proved time and time again that no one, not even the media, could bring her down. Her legacy will always be one of strength, defiance, and undeniable talent. If you ever had the privilege of watching her in an interview, you know exactly what we mean when we say Franklin made interviewers sweat like no one else could.